Greetings. Today we continue our study in the book of Revelation. This is further evidence of the Rapture, part 2, on the elders. Revelation 4:4 states, "And round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders, sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold." I guess this is to be considered the fourth message concerning the rapture. In the rapture of the churches, part 1 and 2, we considered the four compelling reasons for the rapture, how it fits in God's chronology in Revelation 4:1. The first was the outline of the book of Revelation in chapter 1, verse 19. The second was the two Old Testament types concerning the second coming, the days of Noah and the days of Lot. The third was the observations to the Thessalonians. And the fourth was the outstanding signal for the rapture, including the presence of John in heaven from message 3 of this series, immediate compliance, and a unique experience. Then we began a study of 7 things which were introduced. We looked at the first, the throne in heaven, governmental authority. The second was the prominence of the throne, the enthroned ones representing constant ability. The third was the position of Jesus in heaven, the rainbow, the covenanted amiability. In conclusion, we looked at the praise directed toward the throne. So now we're ready to consider number 4 of those 7 things. That is the 24 elders, which represent the converted assembly. So we look first at the introduction of the elders here in Revelation 4:4. We mentioned the following facts about these elders as proof of the rapture in the last message. 1, these elders were seated upon thrones, which is a fulfillment of a promise by Jesus. 2, these elders were dressed in white, which is the fulfillment of another promise of Jesus. 3, these elders were wearing victor's crowns, which is the fulfillment of yet another promise. So let me remind us of the obvious. This is briefly mentioned as an introduction, which was overshadowed by the awe-inspiring splendor of the one seated upon the throne. Therefore, as we continue through the book of Revelation, more details about these 24 elders will be supplied. If this information is taken in the total context of God's Word, then there would be little doubt about their identity. You see, the holy, God-breathed scriptures are very specific about the identity of these 24 elders. Notwithstanding, there remains much theological debate about their identity. I wish to approach these identifiers in the reverse order of their introduction in Revelation chapter 4 and verse 4. So let's begin then with the significance of the golden crowns on their heads. I briefly mentioned that there are 2 distinct Greek words which were translated by the word crowns in the King James. In the ancient Textus Receptus manuscript, there's the word diadem, Strong's number 1238, which is the regal crown of royalty. This belongs to Jesus. These elders do not reign until later. That is chapter 5, verse 10, chapter 20, and verse 4. Second, there is the word Stephanos, Strong's number 4735, which signifies the crown of the victor or the victor's crown. How people overlook the obvious implication of these golden crowns in light of scriptures is actually beyond my comprehension. Remember 1 Corinthians 3:11 through 15, there was a discussion of what will happen at the Bema, the judgment seat of Christ. That is, in the process of this judgment, every man's work will be tried by fire. There are 3 potential materials that would be consumed by the fire, namely wood, hay, and stubble. And there were 3 potential materials which would survive the fire, namely gold, silver, and precious stones. Now, someone tell me again what material the victor's crowns upon the heads of these 24 elders was? Yes, gold would be the correct answer. In 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 6 through 8, it's revealed plainly that these crowns are bestowed upon the receivers of them by the Lord at that day, which is a clear reference to the Bema, the judgment seat of Christ. Therefore, the possession of these crowns necessitates that the judgment has already taken place. Only saved people, rapture and resurrected ones, stand at the Bema. The future positions of ranks are assigned based upon and in correlation to one's faithfulness in the present life. We'll have more on this subject when we discuss the thrones themselves. There are other passages, such as 1 Peter 5:4, which could be examined with the same conclusion as we've previously noted in this series. Next, we'll begin the significance of the white robes on their bodies. It says in chapter 4, verse 4, they would be robed in white robes. Revelation 19:7 says, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was given that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints, as was promised in Revelation 3:4. The promise of Revelation 3:4 carried a condition of worthiness. And in Revelation 19:8, we have the declaration that the clean white linen is the righteousness of the saints.